What is your name, please?
My name is Van Cliburn, and one of these ladies is my mother.
What is your name, please?
My name is Rilda B. Cliburn.
My name is Rilda B. Cliburn.
My name is Rilda B. Cliburn.
Obviously, only one of these ladies is really Van Cliburn's mother. The other two are imposters and will try to fool this panel. Tom Poston, star of the Broadway hit Milk and Honey, Mimi Benzel, Johnny Carson, and Dina Merrill, on To Tell the Truth with your host, Bud Collier.
Thank you very much. Welcome once again to Tell the Truth, brought to you this week by the makers of Easy Off Oven Cleaner, the easy way to make dirtiest ovens sparkle like new. Easy Off Oven Cleaner. Good evening, panel.
Hi,
Bud.
Bud.
Will you open up your envelopes for the first time tonight and take out your affidavit card and follow along as I read from this one? I, Rilda B. Cliburn, am a pianist and piano teacher. Of the hundreds of pupils I have taught during my career, some are now teaching music on their own, and a few are on the concert stage. My permanent pupil, and one who has given me much joy, is my son, concert pianist Van Cliburn. Signed, Rilda B. Cliburn. Now, panel, you heard these three ladies, all claiming to be Rilda B. Cliburn, mother of Van Cliburn. Let's start this first round of questioning with Tom Poston. Tom?
Well, thank you, Bud. You started us off a little different tonight, didn't you?
Just a bit.
These ladies are down here, and Mr. Cliburn. Number two, where is your son's practice studio?
Here in New York on 57th Street.
Thank you. Number three, do you happen to know the name of that building?
Yes, I do, but I don't think it would be fair to Van to tell. He might have autograph stickers,
well,
you know.
yes, you may be right. I hadn't thought of that. Well, tell me, number three, there's a fascinating story, at least to me, about Van's career decisions just prior to his winning the Moscow competition. Could you tell us a little about that, number three?
Well, at that time, I was confined to my bed with a back injury, if this is the thing that you're referring to,
No,
and he had come home to take over my classes for me.
Oh, my goodness. No, that wasn't what I meant, but I've been belled anyway.
Mimi Benzel.
Number one, would you tell me the first piano piece that you gave Mr. Cliburn to play?
Played Ave Maria by Bach, you know, prelude.
The piano version, thank you. Contestant number two, would you tell me, you know, pianists have a stretch, you know, of 8 fingers, 10 fingers, or something like that. What does Mr. Cliburn have?
An octave and a half.
An octave and a half. My goodness, big hands.
You seen his hands?
No, I'd like to see them, though. Later, maybe. Contestant number three, would you tell me... Well, obviously, she's not going to tell me.
Johnny?
Number two, how old is your son?
Well, he's 28.
Number three, what age did he begin to play the piano?
Oh, he began to play as soon as he could reach the keyboard. Really, he began taking lessons at 3.
Number one, what is the name John L. Williams? Does that mean anything to you?
Yes, he has edited his music books.
Number two, what did your son play in the competition?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand
What
the
did your son play in the competition in Russia?
What piece he played? Well, he played Tchaikovsky's concert in B minor, which he played many times. The first time he played was in Houston, Texas.
I see. Number three, what is a diminished fifth? And don't I know. In the language of music.
I started to say I never touched the stuff, but in the language of music, that is a de-acceleration in the meter of the beat of music.
Dina.
Oh, was that a gong?
That was a gong.
Number one, where is your home?
Kilgore, Texas.
Kilgore, Texas?
We recently been to Shreveport, Louisiana. My husband has been transferred there, but we still own our home in Kilgore, Texas.
And is that where your son was born?
No, he was born in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Oh, number
Reared
two.
in Kilgore.
Number two, you said that your son had a stretch of an octave and a half. How many notes is that? How many, you know?
14.
Guess that's all the time we have. It's time now to mark your ballots, so will you kindly do so? Mark them right now without any further questioning and, of course, without consultation. And as you do so, vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3. As usual, our team of challengers gets $250 for every incorrect vote. All votes marked.
I haven't voted yet.
Correct and
Gee,
incorrect.
Oh, gee, but
Okay. Tom, for whom did you vote?
I wanted to vote for number 2 so badly because there was, I didn't like number 3's answer about a diminished fifth. I would rather have heard Johnny's. And number 2 faltered, I thought, at a place where maybe she shouldn't have, but I voted for number 1 anyway.
Mimi, which one did you select?
Well, I voted for number 1. I didn't get a chance to find out about number 3. Number 2, that sounds like a tremendous stretch. Of course, I'm going to have to examine those hands later. But number 1 seemed to know the first piano piece. I don't know whether he played Ave Maria or not, but it was a good try.
Johnny.
I voted for number 1. Also, the name John L. Williams I remembered because I took piano, and I got to the John L. Williams 3rd book, and my teacher moved. That's as far as I went.
That's
so
why
I
you
voted
switched
for...
to drums?
Right.
Dina.
Well, I voted for number 3, but number 3 sounded to me as though she were very familiar with her life as Van Cliburn's mother. And she came up with an awful lot of extraneous information that sounded terribly authentic.
Okay, there we have it. Votes in, minds made up, and we have now put the mothers to work, so let's get the son in the act now, if we may. And here is, ladies and gentlemen, Van Cliburn. Van, may we ask you to do us the honor of telling us which one is your mother? I must say, Van, it's a great honor to have the teacher of one of the greatest piano concert artists in the world, but it's an even greater honor to have it turn out to be his mother.
Well, that's very, very kind of you. I think one of the most important things was that when I was growing up, I always had a great deal of respect for Mother, both as a pianist and as a teacher. And I think when a parent is trying to teach their own child, this is a very important factor.
Let's see your hands, Van.
Well, I must clarify, as long as we're going to have a postmortem, I must clarify, it's, I can stretch 13 notes, but I can strike 12, and I am 27.
Thanks to you again, Van, and continued great success, which you so richly merit.
Thank you very much for asking my mother to be on the show.
Thank you. Good night. All I can say is that every year on Mother's Day, you must be a especially proud young woman.
They're grateful.
I should think you would be. Number 2, may we have your real name and what you really do, please?
My name is Mildred Cow. I'm a housewife. I've never played a musical instrument in my life, which was obvious.
And number 3, may we have your real name and what you really do, please?
My name is Harriet Arant. I'm the mother of 4, and I'm a 6th grade teacher in the Scarsdale Public School.
Well, we checked our votes and we find that there were 1, 2, 3 correct, leaving only 1 incorrect. Unfortunately for you ladies, the panel was pretty sharp. It did really well. So that means $250 from Easy Off for you, as well as a gift package of all the fine products made by the makers of Easy Off. And ladies, thank you so much for sharing your evening with us. Good night, and God bless you. Now a word about Easy Off oven cleaner.
It's spring. Winter roasting and baking is over, and it's Clean Your Oven Week. That job needs Easy Off, America's #1 oven cleaner, the one that really works. What a job it does for you. Dramatic results were confirmed by Good Housekeeping Institute using Easy Off on a really dirty oven. Experts spread Easy Off on oven walls, racks, broiler pans. Let it set, then wiped. Caked-on grease came right off. Even this grimy oven came sparkling clean. Today, Easy Off is used at Good Housekeeping Institute even before spills, grease, grime build up. Keep ahead of the job. Use Easy Off to remove spills and greasy film before they bake on. Just think, no more big oven cleaning jobs for you when you use Easy Off regularly. Keep ahead of the job with America's #1 oven cleaner. It really works, and it's earned the Good Housekeeping seal. Now's a good time to start. It's Clean Your Oven Week, so get Easy Off today.
Now, panel, may I present our next team of challengers?
What is your name, please?
My name is James Ramsey Ullman.
My name is James Ramsey Ullman.
My name is James Ramsey Ullman.
Follow along once again, panel, if you will, with your copies of this affidavit. I, James Ramsey Ullman, am an author and mountain climber. Among my books are several on mountaineering, like Banner in the Sky, High Conquest, and The White Tower. As for my actual climbing, I have scaled some of the most famous peaks in the world: Popocatépetl, Kilimanjaro, and the Matterhorn. I'm a member of the 1963 American Mount Everest expedition. We plan to climb not only Everest, but also her sister peaks, Lhotse and Nuptse. We will attempt to climb all 3 peaks simultaneously with 7 teams of climbers. If successful, it will be a first in mountaineering and will plant the American flag alongside that of the British and Swiss on the highest spot on Earth. Very well, we have 3 gentlemen, each claiming, as you heard, to be James Ramsey Ullman, mountain climber. Let's begin this cross-examination with Dina Merrill.
Mr. Ullman, number 3. What country is Mount Everest in?
Nepal.
Nepal. Number 2. Are the other peaks, Lhotse and Nuptse, are they a part of the same mountain?
Yes, one is north and one is south. They're 3 separate mountains, though.
So that when you climb Everest, you won't go all the way down the mountain, then you'll just go over to one side and go up the others? Or?
All the way down and all the way up.
Number 1, who is the head of the American expedition?
Norman Deerenfirth.
Tom.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I thought he said he was... Oh, a member. Oh, I see. A member of the thing. Number 1, who named Everest?
It was named after one of the early British surveyors.
Thank you. Number 2, there was a highly publicized climb recently of a mountain in Japan. What was that mountain?
Who climbed it?
Yeah, who climbed it? And what was the mountain?
Japan?
Mm-hmm.
There aren't any mountains in Japan of any consequence. There are a few volcanoes there, but nothing in mountain type of...
Number 3, do you know to what I'm referring?
Yes, I do, but I don't recall the name of that mountain.
Mimi.
Contestant number 3, would you tell me the sister mountain of, and I'll never get this, Popocatépetl, or whatever her name is. You know, the mountain you climbed in Mexico City. It has a sister mountain, doesn't it?
Well, you may mean Cotopaxi.
Well, you said it, I'm not sure. How much, contestant number 2, how much weight can you carry climbing a mountain?
They try to keep it under 40 pounds, but it depends on the individual. I myself carry more weight.
Contestant number 3, number 1, could you tell me at what height, as you are climbing a mountain, must you switch to an oxygen tank, if you have one?
It will vary, of course, with the conditions in the men, but in general it would be at around 25,000 feet.
Johnny.
Number 2, who was the gentleman who wrote the book Annapurna?
That was a Frenchman. That was the fellow that lost his toes and his hands, and Maurice Provost or something. I've forgotten the name. It's something similar to that.
Number 1, what do they call those objects that they drive into the side of the mountain for lines or...
Those are, I think you're referring to pitons.
Guess that's all the time we have for this one. So put your climbing irons in hard, brace yourselves, and mark those ballots, if you will, please. Without consultation, vote now for number 1, number 2, or number 3. All set? Are you communing with the muses, Tom, or have you marked?
Gee, I just can't, oh, boy, this is really tough.
Okay, all ballots marked?
I'm gonna...
No? Mark them quickly because we don't have too much more time.
Well...
If it's a guess, make it a guess, but put it down.
This is the,
Take a stab and stay with it. All right, Tom, for whom did you vote?
Well, I voted for number 1 against all of my instincts because I don't think you can get that high without oxygen without dying. But the number 2 didn't know about that Fujiyama climb, and number 3 said he couldn't think of it, but so I voted for number 1, but gee.
Mimi, which one did you select?
I voted for number 1 almost for exactly the same reasons as Tom, because I don't think you can get that high without oxygen either. But, well, you didn't know number 3 didn't know the name of that mountain in Mexico, and I thought you would if you climb mountains. And number 2, I don't know, I just voted for number 1.
What was the name of the mountain in Mexico?
Oh, not... Popocatépetl.
But one more syllable there, and Johnny will be out. Johnny, for whom did you vote?
This is kind of tough tonight. I voted for 1 because he doesn't look like a mountain climber. I think we got a ringer in on us.
Dina, what's your selection?
That was just why I didn't vote for number 1. And also, I think you must have to have oxygen before 24,000 feet. At least in flying, I think you do. I don't see how you can climb with a pack without oxygen. And number 2 looked the strongest of the group. It's going to be a tough trip.
All right, once again, we've come to our own particular peak now where we learn the truth, and that's what comes up right now as we discover which one of these gentlemen is the real mountain climber. So will the real James Ramsey Ullman please stand up? Looks like he survived 25,000 feet, I'll say that.
He must have good lungs.
Yes, he must. Number 2,
you get to the top.
You're not supposed to get to the top.
I'm the house mother at the bottom.
Number 2, would you tell us your real name and what you really do?
Yeah, my name is Bob Fisher. I'm president of the Atlantic Precision Works, and we design and manufacture food warming equipment for the home. Electric food warming equipment.
Thank you, sir. And number 3, may we have your real name and what you do, please?
I'm Allison Graham, the Public Relations Director of American Export Lines.
Thank you, sir. And as we check the score this time, we find a duplicate of the first round. Only 1 incorrect, 3 correct this time. Again, panel, you're getting real sharp here tonight. And for that 1 incorrect, of course, $250 comes your way with the compliments of Easy Off Oven Cleaner as well as a gift package of the fine products from the makers of Easy Off. Thank you, gentlemen, very much, and happy climbing to you. Good night. Now here's a message about something to control coughing.
When a cough has you in its grip, in the throat, in the chest, stop it with new Dristan decongestant cough medicine that breaks the grip of the cough without codeine or narcotics. Dristan contains the decongestant most prescribed by doctors, reaches chest area in minutes, quickly breaks up bronchial congestion, eases tightness in chest, loosens the cough, thus breaks the grip of the cough. To stop coughs of colds, bronchitis, flu, get Dristan decongestant cough medicine.
And now a word about Freezone.
Relieve painful corns and calluses fast with Freezone. Acts instantly to relieve pain, removes even deep-seated corns. Look, painful corns actually grow above and below the skin line. Razors or unmedicated plasters only remove corn above the skin line, can't work below. Freezone, continued as directed, relieves pain and in just days dissolves corn above and below the skin line. Pains relieved, corns removed. Get Freezone today.
Now, panel, may I present our next team of challengers?
What is your name, please?
My name is Margaret Smith. My name is Margaret Smith.
My name is Margaret Smith.
You follow along once again, panel, with your copies of this affidavit. I, Margaret Smith, have studied both ballet and acrobatic dancing. I studied classical dancing at the school of the famous Sadler's Wells Ballet. I developed my acrobatic dancing as a professional tumbler and contortionist. I now have a job where I can combine my knowledge of both. I choreograph all the dance numbers and train and direct the girls in the aerial displays for Ringling Bros. Barnum and Bailey Circus. Signed, Margaret Smith. Comfortable, ladies? All right. These three ladies all claim, panel, to be Margaret Smith, choreographer for the circus. And we'll start this round with our own high flyer, Johnny Carson.
I don't know anything about classical dancing. Number 2, what's that step did you always see ballet dancers do where they jump up at the air and they hit their, you know, and they flutter their feet together?
That's the touche-jeté.
A touche-jeté.
Touche-jeté, yes.
Was there something, a pas de deux
Yes,
also?
that's a dance.
What?
That's not a step, that's a dance.
Oh, that's a dance. Yes. Number 3, were you a contortionist?
Not really. Acrobatics.
Dina.
Number 1, what age do children wear toe shoes?
5 years old.
Do you agree with that, number 2?
Yes, I do.
Number 3?
I prefer for them to wear them a little bit later, 7 or 8.
Number 3, who is the director of the Sadler's Wells Ballet?
Nanette de Valois.
Number 2, did you perform with the Sadler's Wells?
No, I only studied with them.
I see.
Tom.
Is it my turn? Thank you. Number 3, what step often follows a brisé, or is part of the same combination after a brisé in ballet?
A volet often. Brisé.
Thank you. Number 2, could you tell me what a layout is?
Yes, a layout is the name of a trick which we have in the circus where your legs and arms are extended and you lay out in the middle of the trick.
Thank you. Number 1, what supports the girls in their work in the circus?
The men.
Mimi Benzel.
Number 1, when a person wears a ballet shoe, a toe shoe, there is usually something that is put into the toe box. Would you tell me what that substance is?
Cotton wool.
Cotton wool? Number 2, would you tell me in what part, rather there is a famous building that is often associated with Sadler Wells in London. Would you tell me what that is?
I'm not familiar with it.
Would you know what I mean, number 3?
Or you mean Covent Garden where they appear?
That's all the time we have. I'm sorry. So get on your dancing shoes and dance all over the ballots. And mark right now, if you will, please, which one you think it is. Voting as you do so without consultation for number 1, number 2, or number 3. How are we this time? All marked? Okay. All right, Tom, for whom this time?
Well, this time I didn't have any trouble. I'm probably dead wrong. But number 3, I thought, had quite a lot of technical information. And I suspect maybe she told number 2 what a layout was.
Mimi, which one is your choice?
Well, I chose number 3. I must tell you, I think I cheated just a little bit, and I may be terribly wrong. I was trying to look at their legs as they came down to see who had ballet legs. Isn't that terrible?
No, it's not terrible at all. Johnny and Tom always look at their legs.
It's funny you should say that because she has beautiful legs.
Well, all have lovely legs, but there's a certain shape to a ballet dancer's legs very often. Also, she knew that Sadler Wells usually performed at Covent Garden. That was the reason I chose number 3.
Johnny.
I was doing this. I was looking also while they were standing up.
Yeah.
But I voted for number 3, actually, not because of the questions, because she has a lovely pair of dancers' legs.
You were
Dina?
looking too. Here I go, away from the pack again. I voted for number 2, and I'm sure I'm wrong, but even though she has an accent which doesn't go with the name of Margaret Smith, she seemed to know a good deal about dancing. And tumbling, she knew what the layout was, as Tom said, so 2.
Okay, there we have it. Once again, So let's find out as we fly through the air with the greatest of ease what net we land in learning which one of these three ladies is the real choreographer. So will the real Margaret Smith please stand up? I don't think there's anything quite like the moment when the panel realizes they've been skunked all the way.
Can we see their legs again?
Would you like to see their legs?
Oh, no. This isn't...
Look at Johnny and Tom, will you? Oh, dear. Well, we thank you. Let's check on the others now. Number 2, would you tell us your real name and what you really do, please?
My name is Beth, and I'm a maker. I work in the Equitable Bag Company in Long Island City, and I make bags.
And number 3, your real name and what you do, please.
I'm Isabel Little, and I teach exercise in the Helena Rubinstein Glamour School.
Well, that may have accounted for you getting most of the votes. But ladies, you really did it. Because in checking the score this time, it's easy. This time, they didn't do nearly as well, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4 incorrect, $250 each. That's a total, in case you'd like to figure it with me, of $1,000, ladies, from Easy Off, as well as a gift package of the fine products made by the makers of Easy Off. And we thank you very much. You danced your ways into our hearts tonight and made it a very pleasant evening. Good night to you and good luck. Too bad that's all the time we have, but I had fun and I hope you did, panel. Good night to you.
Good night.
Bud Collier saying good night from Easy Off and reminding you to tell the truth. Good night, everybody.
To Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. To Tell the Truth has been brought to you tonight by Dristan Decongestant Cough Medicine. Stops coughing due to colds or bronchial irritation. Dristan Decongestant Cough Medicine. This is Johnny Olson saying good night, for To Tell the Truth, this program was pre-recorded.